2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA three-point contest on 2K Sports. Alongside the Jet, Kenny Smith, and the Dr. Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Just take a look here at the marksmen we're going to see tonight. Some of the purest shooting strokes the game has ever seen. And this could be a very tight field as the competition develops. Shaq, I know this is one of your favorite events of All-Star Weekend. What's the key to a guy winning this contest against the rest of the league's best shooters?
Well, I don't know why you asked me first. I'm not a shooter. However,
I know you like competition.
Yes,
that's why.
I've been to all of them.
Quit asking me why I ask you questions first.
I apologize, boss. But to answer your question,
and stop calling me boss.
yes, sir. But to answer your question, I know that as a shooter, if you get hot and get that momentum and start to
Hey,
get
that's
4 or
enough
5
out of you,
balls,
Kenny. Why don't you answer that question?
My favorite event for All-Star Weekend is the game itself. When you have all the stars together.
This is a shooting contest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You dummy.
Pay attention. How am I supposed to work with these two?
It says the rest of the league.
How am I supposed to work with these two? It's All-Star Weekend. We've been really, really busy. How am I supposed to work with these
I'm
two?
tired from going to Kenny's party all night.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
me too.
Oh, my God.
That thing was crazy.
Oh, I love. Thanks for DJing, Shaq.
That wasn't Shaq. That was me.
Oh, that was you behind the wheels of steel?
Yeah.
DJ Ernie J.
That was me. Kevin Harlan, back to you.
Welcome, folks. The All-Star festivities in the air. Kevin Harlan here with partners Mark Miller and Greg Anthony. And now it's time for the Foot Locker three-point contest. The long-range assassins of the NBA have come together to show off their skills from beyond the arc.
There's a lot of tremendous three-point talent in the NBA, and no better place to see that skill showcase than right here, right now.
And I might be a bit biased, but the three-point contest is something I definitely look forward to all year long.
And so will see James Harden. 5 racks, 25 balls, 60 seconds. There are 9 money balls in total, each worth 2 points. The last ball on each rack, and also an entire rack of money balls, which comes last.
And that's why you can't waste any time. It's critical to get that last rack with enough time to shoot in rhythm.
You definitely want to try to get off to a good start because, guys, I'll tell you, if you whiff that first rack, it can really throw you off and keep you up.
Mark, that's a great point. That's a blow to your confidence, and then you start pressing if you stumble out the gate. Harden's starting to feel it.
Can't get the money ball. Oh, good with his 4th in a row. He's up to 7.
Good momentum here to close it out.
11 points. Finishes with 11. There was just something off about him in that round.
And he missed 7 out of 9 money balls. Didn't do himself any favors there.
So here's Durant now.
It's all about establishing the rhythm early on and then keeping it going throughout the round.
Yeah, and I think you hit it on the head. Rhythm is so important. You can get into a good tempo and good cadence, and that oftentimes can carry.
4 points. 9 points now.
A pretty good start. Okay, he's starting to light it up now.
And that's his 4th straight. Just 2 points there. He won't be happy with that. He misses his 4th straight. 10 points on the board. Now with 11. And with that shot, he moves to the sole possession of first place. He's on top. He's got 16.
And he's in a good rhythm right now.
A very strong 20 points for him. He was really enjoying himself out there that time.
Money balls, so critical to knock down in this competition, and he gets 6 out of 9.
Here we go with Damian Lillard.
And I know he's going out there with the mindset of just relax, have fun, and see what happens.
And I think that's a good way to approach it. The shootout is all about fun for the players, for the fans. No reason to put undue pressure on yourself.
Now, 3 points. 4 points. Money ball, no good. five.
That's 3 racks in a row now that have given him fits.
No good with this fourth in a row. That was 6. That's 7. He's got 8. 4 money balls, 4 misses. Headers. He's got 10. Now in second is at 14. 16 points is his score for the round. I'd say he ended that round pretty well with this.
And he managed to hit 4 money balls. Not terrible, but could have been better.
So it'll be Kyle Lowry here.
11 points is the cutoff. That's not insurmountable, but that's the minimum he needs. I think that's definitely a score within his reach, guys.
Makes his first there.
He needs 8 points more to stay in contention.
7 points more. This thing alive. Can't get the money ball.
7 more points to stay in contention.
He's got 5. 6. 3 racks down. 2 to go.
2 more to stay in it.
Oh, he's looking very comfortable.
Well, at this point, he's in the finals. He's moved into third.
Up to 15 now. Good for second. A total of 17 points that he'll take away from that round. I'd say a solid showing from him.
And he knocked down 5 out of the 9 money balls. Pretty good.
So it's J.J. Redick ready to go.
One thing about the three-point contest is you can really see how the pressure builds as it goes along. In the first 20 years of this event, only 5 winners topped the 20-point mark in the final round.
Yeah, but I think as a three-point shot has evolved, we're seeing more and more guys shoot it with consistency. So we want to get to a good rhythm here to start. Easy start here.
7 points. He needs 8 points more. Money ball, no good. 7 points more. This thing alive. He's got 10. Now he gets the money ready.
Nice stretch here for Redick. And now he's in second place all by himself.
He tallies 18 points. Guys, hard to find any fault with that display.
Yep, he did exactly what he needed to. If he had a target number in mind, I think he passed it.
I would think so. I'm sure he's more than happy with that score.
So here we go with Kobe. He's in a good spot, getting to go last. It's no mystery how many points he needs to move on. 17 or higher would keep him in contention. The door's open. A good round would do it. Oh, no. Off the mark with 5 in a row now.
That's really cool.
He got 3 points off that rack. Not bad. 6. 7 points. He needs 8 points more to move on. Up to 10 now. 7 more points and he's in. 3 of 4 on money balls.
Nice finish. Well done.
1 more to move on.
And that'll get him into a second-place tie.
A very strong 20 points for him. He was really enjoying himself out there that time.
Boy, he cleaned up on the money balls, nailing 7 out of 9.
Durant's got one of the best scores in round 1, a serious contender.
And just amazing scores up to this point. I mean, these guys have pushed each other to new heights this year. I love it.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you hope for coming into the shootout. Great shooters at the top of their game, just battling it out.
So it's J.J. Redick ready to go.
And J.J. Redick, a terrific shooter, well over 40% from distance in his career at Duke, but in the NBA, the accuracy has continued. A player who has to be accounted for at all times.
He's got 9.
That's 2 good racks for him back-to-back.
That gives him 12.
Sure.
2 racks to go. That's 4 misses in a row. Off the mark with 5 in a row now.
A rough patch right now.
He's at 14. But only the 1 shot to fall off the rack. from 18. He racks up 20 points in the round. Boy, he looked great out there, didn't he?
I think things are so much easier when a shooter gets off to a good start, and he certainly did that.
So here's Durant now.
And a lot of people wondered how Durant would play when he came into the league. If he would be a 3 or a 4 and such. But he showed that he had great touch from and settled all that speculation.
You know he's got to be feeling good coming into the finals because he was rock solid in the qualification round.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that feeling will carry over, Mark. I mean, his stroke was fantastic. And I'd be surprised if he doesn't do even better here in the finals.
Yep.
7 more points and he'll tie it up.
He's finding that touch.
That's a streak of 7 in a row. Straight down the money ball.
One more for the tie.
Hits, and now he has the lead.
And still going.
Yeah, and that's the score to beat here in the final round.
He gets all the way up to 21 points. Now that's how you do it. Outstanding focus throughout the round.
They put that third rack to bed in a hurry. Just about the fastest 6 points you'll see in the shootout.
So here we go with Kobe. He had the highest score in the last round. Let's see if he can do it again here in the final. He'll need 22 points to seal the win.
Tough rack right there.
2 points. Now 3 points. He's got 5.
Rock solid shooting down the stretch.
Hits for 15. Well, I think, yeah, that's it. He's done.
Yep, he can't make it up in these last few shots, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks for playing. We'll see you next year.
He averages 3 points a rack and finishes with 15. And that puts an end to the Foot Locker three-point contest. It couldn't have gone any better for this year's outstanding champion, Kevin Durant.
What a commando performance by our champion. Once he got rolling, the only question was, who's getting second?
Yeah, I mean, he deserves all the credit in the world for that one. I mean, to come out on top against a field like this, sensational.
And the drama, the excitement. This year's three-point contest.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA dunk contest. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. What a night in store in terms of physical skills on display. This year's dunk contest contestants have been prepping and strategizing their approach to lay it all on the line here in front of a fanatical crowd. Well, Kenny, we are sure to witness some highlight reel efforts tonight. You have competed in this contest a couple of times. What do you think are the keys to being successful?
Well, the one thing about the dunk contest is that you have to have flair before the dunk and after the dunk.
And during the dunk.
During the dunk is most guys have flair because that's why they're here. But to be able to sell it prior to is big. And let me give you a tidbit fact, Ernie.
Okay.
I'm the only player in the history to ever compete in the dunk contest and the three-point contest on the same night. The same exact night.
Wow.
Lost both, though.
Superman is in the building.
Wow, I'll say.
Ernie, let me tell you something. You got to have aerial motion ability. What I mean by that, when you're in the air, you got to do some motion. Because here, we like to slow it down and see what you do. A la the Vince Carter. Remember when he did that reverse 360? He did it so fast you didn't really see what he did. But when they slowed it down, we were like, and then he threw it down. So
It was like what?
you could see what he did. So like I need to You know, these things go so fast, I just need to be able to see it when we slow it down. Aerial motion ability, AMA.
Thanks for joining us.
Barney, you're taking it too far. You're taking it.
We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Taking it, Joe.
Good job, Bernie.
Welcome to All-Star Action, everyone. Kevin Harlan, after the year with Mark Kellogg and Rick Anthony. It's time for the dunk contest. The NBA's most amazing athletes and slam dunk artists are about to put on a show you'll always remember.
And you know, this has become one of the jewels of the NBA season. The fans love to watch it. The players love to take part in it. It's just a terrific night all the way around.
And when you talk to the players, it's easy to get a sense of how much they've been looking forward to this event. They are fired up.
So here we go with Zach LaVine. He can really make his mark here early as he leads off the competition. Let's see if he takes the opportunity and runs with it. Here's one of our faves right here. Second up, looking to make some noise with his first dunk of the night. All right, Clark.
Lost the handle. Lost the orange on that one. Ouch. Lost the orange on that one.
Now our third contestant looking to move into the All right, Clark.
Here we go.
And here we go with Andrew Wiggins. Last but not least, coming up fourth, he's seen the rest. Now let's see his best. And so here we go. So that's a kind of flamboyance. Yeah, there they go. It's fine. Levine's got the slight edge after round one with the first dunks in the books.
You know, you can't be comfortable with this lead, though, Kevin, if you're him. He's going to have to pick it up another notch or two to maintain that lead.
You know, I'd almost treat it as if I'm trailing right now, just to put that sense of
So here we go with Zach LaVine. All right, Clark, he's up for his second dunk right here.
And, Kevin, I think he needs something really strong and good this time around. That first one was not memorable.
what was it his best? But we all know with his athletic ability, he can go to a whole nother level.
now. The stuff between the legs, these guys love this one.
Yeah, they do. It's a self-talk, and then you take it through there. You got to have tremendous coordination, bounce ability, and then timing. Because it could be up there.
And here we go with Andrew Wiggins, finishing our second cycle through the numbers. He's back for more. Wiggins just got the lead, but not so. Here we go. It's Zach LaVine with a sensational dunk here right in Mount Park. You have to think he'll take the win.
Yeah, he's clearly in the lead right now after that strong start.
And also, listen, we all want to see that defining dunk, but he's had a couple here early. I think right now, to your point, Clark, he just needs to be solid and give us something to kind of tease us a little bit as we move forward.
All right, here he goes again now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yep. Off the backboard, behind his head, flying in, back to the basket. Actually, it was more like a side windmill off the board.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So early, Gordon Hill, our second contestant with his final dunk.
Lost the handle.
Lost the orange on that one. Ouch. Lost the orange on that one.
He's second to last, trying to keep that pressure. And here he comes with another one.
Real sweet. Tough angle, too.
And here we go with Andrew Wiggins. All right, Clark, here we go. And
Oh, he reached up to put the stick on the backboard with one hand and then ripped it down with the other one. Very nice.
Other sticky dunks we see were either tailed off or more difficult in other ways.
and it's official at last. What a champion we have this year. Let's reveal the winner.
Hey guys, I'm Rachel and welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV.
The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. Always a pleasure, and I mean that, to be here with Kenny and Shaq. Tonight we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, not really much of a surprise that about midway through the season, we find them near the top of the standings in second place. No drop-off from the performance we saw this team give last season. So we talk about Kawhi Leonard, fellas, one of the main pillars for his team. Obviously, great on defense. Is he somebody you can build the team around?
Well, he isn't flashy, but he's starting to put up elite numbers for sure.
Not that I'm a defense player, but I play with a lot of defense players. His defense is what pushes him to that superstar tier. This guy can work here at both ends. Still very young, not even close to his prime yet, Ken.
Thanks for joining us as we go courtside now with Kevin Harlan.
On the road looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And back in action is Nerlens Noel. They're more than happy he's suited up and ready to play.
And man, these injuries, they can just be so tough. The pain, the rehab, and there's a monotony to it. Not being able to help your team out on the court. All of it weighs on him. And I'm sure he's excited and relieved to finally be back in uniform.
And there's no doubt psychologically he's going to give the team a huge spark.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. T.A., take it away.
Well, Pau Gasol is one of the real humanitarians in the NBA. An ambassador for UNICEF, he concerns himself with a lot more than just basketball. Jerry West said of Gasol, you can feel the warmth, the goodness in him. A real gentleman. If you're around him, you can't help but like him. Kevin?
A gentle giant, David, for sure. Thanks. And Brett, we've gone far enough into the season at this point where we can see a few teams now breaking away from the pack.
Yeah, it's always surprising, Kevin, when it's a team at the beginning of the year that we didn't expect. That's when we get excited about a team coming from nowhere and starting to do great things.
Good point. So the Lakers win the tip. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Leonard and Aldridge, the two stars at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. And it's Gasol at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Leonard. Boy, was he something else against the Clippers. Gasol kicks to Leonard. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time. So he'll shoot 2 right here. And you ask Ray Popovich's coach, he says he's never coached a player who improved as rapidly as Kawhi Leonard.
And that's saying a lot. Remember, Tim Duncan won the Finals MVP in his second season playing alongside David Robinson. But by all accounts, Kawhi is just a tireless worker. You know, while he was at San Diego State, Kevin, he brought 2 lamps from home to the gymnasium because they wouldn't turn on the lights early enough for him to get his workouts in. Now, that's what I call a gym rat.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Lakers on D. Want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Big shots, little shots, are there such a thing? They all hit the shots, and it took the fans right out of it. What a performance away from home.
McCollum kicks to Kobe. Davis against Aldridge. Davis down low. And Davis finishing it off.
So you're going to give AD that kind of room? Well, here's the payoff for that.
Parker outside. Here's Leonard. Off the left rim and out.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Green against Kobe. He feeds it to Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Here's Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers.
Hey, how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense hungry.
George dishes to Davis. To the middle. And Noel throws it down.
Really great look by Davis there. He's always looking to set up his teammates.
And here is Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Parker passes to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Parker outside. Dishes to Gasol. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Gasol's got his first points in this one. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And the rejection by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
Green, the screen. Pass to Parker. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And Tony Parker, the third freshman ever to play in the NBA, and unquestionably the best.
We've seen a lot of his countrymen follow in his footsteps, and he came over so young. At that time, he was the youngest point guard in the NBA since Magic Johnson was in 1979. And like Magic, he quickly earned some championship hardware.
Out to Kobe, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Just got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Ginobili.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Spurs leading by 3. Down low, here's Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. They're blowing the whistle on a contact. One thing that Greg is often underappreciated about Pau Gasol is just how aware he is out on the floor, not only on the defensive end, how he'll help out, but also his vision as a passer on the offensive side.
Really, Kevin, one of the best passing bigs to ever play the game, and it's a part of why he's been the crux of so many offenses. Very good at identifying and exploiting a mismatch for himself or others. Never forces things on offense and always takes what the team's good. And that's what you want from your point guard. They're distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Kobe is straight on Green. McCollum kicks to Bryant. 16 feet away. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow bricked that golden opportunity.
Rare you'll see him with such an open look.
And here's a foul. Doesn't see it. Oh, my God. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Lakers making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Here's Green, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist in this one.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
And sometimes it's about your teammates moving to give you those opportunities. He's found holes in the defense.
And Bryant kicks to Davis. The pass to Dunn. And again, no good by the Lakers. Spurs leading by 6. Pass to Parker. Back to Leonard. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
High percentage look for Hawaii there. He's developed such good touch inside. That one's automatic.
Dunn kicks to Davis. Now the dish to Dunn. Passes it to George. Leonard with the steal. Parker left side. And Davis sends it back. Here's George. Gasol with the rebound.
Well, he's a great finisher around the rim, but some stellar defense there stopped that from happening.
Parker left side. A baseline Jay. That one off the back iron and out.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles. Have great position and really bothered the release point.
And here's Leonard from 3. And no good. George with the defensive effort.
But I've seen it before where he can light it up with the best in the league. But right now, he just does not have the touch.
Right side, Bryant. Feeds it to Dunn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They need this one. But they'll get another chance. Davis gets to Kobe. And the dunk by Kobe.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does right. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. You see a lot of teams looking to go up tempo, but you got to have the personnel, Brent, to do it.
And we see some coaches who get really frustrated with teams who don't do it all that well, Kevin. You got to have the right guys who understand what a good shot is in the first 6 seconds of the offense. And then the secondary attack, setting up a half-court defense and taking advantage of mismatches. And when you look at the Spurs, it's about the offensive philosophy in terms of ball movement. You look at the numbers, players shoot much more efficiently off of the catch than they do with the dribble. The Spurs exemplify the good to great in ball movement.
Just beautiful basketball. They call it good to great. You pass up a good shot to set up your teammate with a great shot.
Well, I think what they do well, Kevin, is always explore what it is they can get to first. If it happens in the first 6 seconds, they'll take advantage of you. And if they don't, they'll get into the half court, run multiple pick and rolls, and every time somebody needs an outlet, there's a guy in the right spot to bail you out on the possession. It's often beautiful to watch.
I tell you what, it's almost like steel to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Yeah, pretty much unforced there on the bad pass. He has to just make better decisions on the delivery when he's getting into his teammates.
Lakers trail by 3. Outside Bryant. It's deflected. It's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession. The inbound.
You know, looking at his release and his form, it just seems like something is off, and it's affecting both his shot and, at this point, his confidence.
Ingram. And they're unable to get the time basket there.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin. particularly here to start the game.
Here's Dedman. Hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And here's Mills for three. That's a miss. He'll settle after two shots. Kobe attacking. And counts the basket. He was fouled. And he's going to the line for one more.
Passing. They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual ability.
Lakers shooting their first free throw this game. That one drops. He ties it up.
And the thing about Laker fans, I mean, they've always been used to their team being the favorite to win most nights. Lately, though, it's more about the excitement that their young players bring to the game and hopefully the bright future ahead.
There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Ginobili against Kobe. Ginobili can't hit. And thinking about the element of excitement that the Lakers bring, it's about watching their tremendous athletes who also happen to have a lot of skill, too.
It's a different kind of showtime for the Lakers. I mean, it's the joy of watching the young guys grow up and the pain of seeing them make mistakes. One thing we can say about Tinseltown, though, it's never boring.
The try by Bryant, and Kobe throws it down.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. And Mills kicks to Dedman. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. In the third spot, the Spurs. Fourth spot held by the Lakers.
And the shooting display both these teams have put on this season has been remarkable. I mean, there are just three-point shooters all over the floor.
Kobe against Ginobili. Noel sets a screen for Kobe. He came off the screen and finished with authority.
Fantastic awareness out on the floor. That's a textbook assist.
44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ginobili kicks to Mills. The feed to Lee. He dishes it to Ginobili. Again, the miss by Ginobili. Here's the Lakers with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. The shot by Bryant, no good.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by guys if his shot was going in.
Now Ginobili. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's the three. Traps in the tray. Ginobili's got 5 down.
Undeterred with a hand in his face, Ginobili's been taking advantage of that kind of defense for a long time.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Spurs lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. The San Antonio Spurs have really popularized an unselfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate, not try to solve problems by ourselves. It's something that we've never done, and every time we did it, it's not us.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through the Spurs organization.
Now we got a close game here as we get a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing C.J. McCollum. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Noel in the 5 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defensive end, Davis has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Los Angeles. San Antonio trailing it. Mills with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Dedmon lays it up and banks it in.
And setting a solid pick to help his teammate gain separation, Leonard more than willing to sacrifice his body for the good of the cause. With Parker as the slower point guard at this point, Patty Mills comes in and definitely changes the pace for the Spurs. Out of Australia, a shoot-first guard who can hit off the bounce and off the catch. And so that three-point shooting ability puts pressure on teams. He's also a pest defensively, likes to get up and into guys.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. To Ginobili, screen by Lee. Ginobili missing.
And you don't like what they've been doing down low in the post.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And so many teams now playing drive and kick offense. Dribble penetration is a premium. Some players use raw speed. Others just have that feel. What makes, in your opinion, a great slasher?
I think a slasher who really is good at catching the defense off stride, Kevin, is one that just has tremendous timing. A guy that understands his teammate and when it is that his teammate is going to recognize where it is on the floor that he's going to be and when it is that he needs the ball in order to be an effective scorer.
Sometimes not in words, no communication, just a look or just a feel.
Just a quick glance and, they do that 2-point dance and all of a sudden that possession's over.
Bang! Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Greg Popovich uses a lot of different tools to motivate his players. Sometimes it's the things he doesn't say that works best. Popovich said, sometimes in timeouts, I'll say, I've got nothing for you. We just turned it over 6 times. Everybody's holding the ball. What do you want me to do? Figure it out. Get up and walk away. It's true. Kevin?
Thanks, T.A. That accountability goes a long way.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
But especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting, that was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Now here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He's looking for Leonard in front. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
And I love that move for this guy. When he's in rhythm, that's money.
On the wing, George. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. He tries for 3. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Tariq Black. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Davis comes in for Tariq Black, and Brogdon subbed in for Bryant. Daniel Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. And it's set back. Aldridge left side. Second chance effort. Almost, but it rolls out.
He's the last guy you want to leave open there, but somehow he didn't knock it down.
Outside for George. That doesn't go either for George.
Oh, that's a tough 3-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Yeah, awesome job right there of closing out on the shooter to contest. They have made him adjust that just a bit. Great execution. Could not have asked for a better shot.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep in the second. McCollum, this is to Ingram. Back to McCollum. They set the pick. Loses a man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Parker passes the ball, and it's good. Off through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's their third straight made off an assist.
And certainly LaMarcus Aldridge has the capability to be a go-to scorer, but Brett, he takes a lot of mid-range contested jump shots. Those aren't historically really Spurs types of shots.
Well, it's been interesting, Kevin, because LaMarcus Aldridge is so good at the mid-range that it's made Popovich rethink some of his offensive calibration, and they've searched him out in the spots where he's best. I think his comfort level continues to rise inside of this offense, and he'll get more and more efficient.
And here's McCollum. He had 25 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that and continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for Los Angeles.
And their big men are getting the bigger percentage of these boards. You know, you expect that, and they'll need them to continue to patrol the paint and clean up the mess if they're going to win this game.
San Antonio leading. Parker kicks to Gasol. Back to Parker. Aldridge a screen. Leonard against George. Ingram with the steal. And Gasol gets it to go.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Brent, the importance of the three-pointer growing and growing. Some worry it's becoming too prominent. What do you think?
I'm enjoying the game. I'm getting a little jealous that
everybody is, though. Right?
Yeah, I'm getting a little jealous that I didn't play in this era, but interesting the way that coaches are seeking out the three-point line and in turn trying to create more space for the guys that can do more than just shoot threes, Kevin. So having versatility between 1 and 4, a great screen setter that can roll and command some attention of the defense to suck in the defense. We always talk about the accordion of the defense, bringing them in, pulling them out, and taking advantage. I like the three-point shot. It's here to stay. Just don't mention 4. Don't mention the 4.
But some are.
Yeah, let's not go there.
MyGm Lakers, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Dunn comes in for George. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Simmons is checked in. Here's Dunn. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. McCollum outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, no good by the Lakers. Spurs leading by 3. Parker outside. Launches a 3. No, come on. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And Parker just so smart about knowing when to take three-pointers. A lot of confidence from him there, seeking the outside shot.
Here's Dunn. Green with the block. And they'll keep possession. And the Lakers with another miss. The Spurs have won 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Gasol and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a contact here. That one on Davis.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And the stability of the San Antonio roster had always been one of their strengths, but with the departure of some of their veteran stars, this Spurs team has a new look.
It's been really interesting how they've restructured what it is the franchise's foundation is going to be as they move forward. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge becoming the pillars of what the next 5 or 6 years of San Antonio Spurs basketball will be.
And they get it and finish off by Davis.
Phenomenal crash from Anthony Davis on the boards there. He comes up with the rebound and gets an easy putback.
San Antonio calls timeout. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
Impressive to see that type of offensive onslaught on the road. They had the crowd stunned. Those fans couldn't believe how thoroughly their guys got dismantled tonight.
Spurs making a switch here. Lee's check in. Parker kicks to Gasol. Got a piece of it. And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body. So some free throws coming up right now. He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
And he's kept this percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
And when having discussions about the Lakers over the years, one word that has rarely been mentioned is rebuild. Franchise is used to championships, not rebuilding.
And another word that they lack his superstar. You're not accustomed to seeing the Lakers without a true superstar on that roster. And they've also always been a top destination for the A-list free agents.
And it's good, 2 points. Gasol's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lead is probably not the best option on that shot.
Lakers trail by 7. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's his first foul. And the Spurs making a change here. Dedmon's checked in. Done with it. Just 5 on the clock. Ingram wide open. They get it back and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And this, now a list of guys who can shoot it as well as they can pass it. The point guard with the highest shooting percentage in the NBA, CJ McCollum, 3rd.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
Well, it's about taking smart shots and playing with great control. And that smart shot selection coupled with tremendous pure shooting, that's got them on the top of the list.
Now, here's Parker. He's guarded closely. Inside, he with the steal. A 3 from McCollum. And there's the rebound by Dedmon.
And man, this game would shift drastically if he was on tonight and making those shots that we normally see him hit.
Outside, Green. He kicks it to Lee. 6 to shoot. Here's Dedmon. Got a handout. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And the Spurs with some changes. Ginobili's checked in for Green. And Spills in for Parker. .14 left to play in the first half. Now here's Mills. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the split. It's blocked, but they recover it. A 3 from Simmons. Rebounded by the Lakers. Ingram's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And here's Dunn. 44 seconds left in the first half. Here's E, and he slams it one-handed.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
And not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, I'm sure they are. I'll bet we see a quick shot right here.
Lee outside. Back to Mills. A 3. And that's not the San Antonio will return possession. And the Lakers with some changes. Noel's checked in for Ingram. And Miller's subbed in for CJ McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Dedmon. The Spurs rebound. Here's Lee. San Antonio again missing. Here's E. Not going to go that time. Solid defense there from Ginobili. On deep. And the rejection by Noel. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's San Antonio up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Tony, how is the game going for you all in the first half?
A lot of intensity, very physical. We're playing pretty well, but I'm not very happy the way we finished the first half. We had a good lead, and they came back on us, so in the second half we have to do it again.
Got to pick up where you left off. Thanks, Tony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possession. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers?
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot, so right now he's feasting.
Spurs leading by 3. Here's Leonard. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for San Antonio, the defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot.
Well, coming into the league, Kawhi Leonard was not a perimeter shooter, but he's developed into one of the league's finest. No longer a spot-up threat, though. He can create some offense on the block, able to handle the ball, and bully smaller players with that massive frame at 230, just moving defenders around.
No good from Gasol. Lakers trail by 5. Davis with a screen on Parker. And here's Kobe for 3. A rebound by the Spurs. And, Brent, you look at the growing offensive role for Kawhi Leonard. For as many touches as he gets, he hardly ever turns the ball over.
Well, have you seen his hands, Kevin? How will he get the ball away from those things? You just don't find players who can score in isolation, space the floor, and protect the ball as well as he does.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be the next all-star big man in San Antonio. He downplays any notion of him as a successor to Tim Duncan. He said no one is going to fill his shoes. There's no pressure, and I'm not trying to be him. Our games are different. I think a pretty good perspective.
All he has to do is be himself, DA. Thanks. 5 on the clock. George dishes to McCollum. And the air ball on that one. Way off.
They got to be more active on offense and maybe a little bit more aggressive going to the rim. 0 of 4, not impressive thus far.
Here's Aldridge. So the whistle blows. Are you kidding me? 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And LaMarcus at 6'11" is capable of playing both the power forward spot and, as the league moves forward, the center position. He favors playing the floor, but that versatility was huge in the Spurs signing him and keeping him around, something every team would value.
Both free throws good from Aldridge. And when you talk about Aldridge at the 4 or at the 5, Brent, which position do you think he's best in?
Well, Kevin, seeing the league going smaller and smaller, he's more skilled, I think, than most centers at that 5 spot. He's got great foot speed, lateral movement's good, and can stay in front of the smaller players, and that enables him to stay big against small ball liners. All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Gasol screen. On the wing, Green. The baseline check. And that one hits back island. Lakers trail by 7. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Paul George with the steal. Lakers has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, I feel like he can make that one blindfolded. Aldridge, as usual, cashing in from mid-range.
McCollum dishes to George. Rebound, San Antonio. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
Just 3 to shoot. Leonard, that's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Tough to tell what exactly happened to the D out there, but they simply don't look like they're engaged or even trying to stop their opponents.
And Noel gets to Bryant. There's a screen by Noel. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Parker. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. Go toward the hole. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And the Spurs, known as an organization for their diligence and discipline, it's all about their results and certainly about the accountability from coach to player and, more importantly, Kevin, from player to player.
Some changes for the Lakers. Diallo comes in for Noel, and it's done in for McCollum.
Always a steady hand there as a free throw line.
On the wing, Bryant. By Green. Unloads from 13. So the whistle blows on the shot. Shot goes for the contact right there. And you talk about the Spurs coach. They seem totally unconcerned with who gets the limelight. In fact, Brett, they seem to avoid it.
Yeah, it always is this idea that they dance around those spotlights until it's the biggest of stages. But the team really does have just one agenda, Kevin, and that is becoming the best basketball team that they can by the end of the season. And in some years, that means championships. And in other years, it means just contending for a title. But every year, they're making that push.
Coach Greg Popovich named the new head coach for the U.S. national team for the next 4 years. Brent, I bet you like that selection.
Oh, I love that selection, especially with Pop's military background. And he's been an assistant for Team USA since 2002. So he's done a lot of great things in the pros, but I know Pop takes a great deal of pride, not only in his country, of course, but certainly in coaching that team.
Pass to Dunn. Outside, George fires from 18, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Now Mills provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And here's Leonard from 3. It's not going to go for him. It's his 6th miss. He's 5 for 11. Here's George. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Last season, I heard Byron Scott say he'd support the creation, Brent, of a 4-point line beyond the 3-point line and another 3 to 4 feet out. What do you think of that?
What do I think of Byron Scott?
No, what do you think of the 4-point shot?
Well, I'm not for the 4-point shot, Kevin. There is a way to get 4 points on the possession, Kevin, but 4-point line I don't think is something that the league needs to invest time in.
Agree. It's tipped. Here's Mills. Here's Simmons. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Simmons got his first bucket in this one. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Also a good decision from the coach to settle your guys down, get into something new, and everybody on the same page.
He's checked in for Los Angeles. Bryant comes in for George. We'll take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. Right now, it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
On the wing, Kobe. He feeds it to Dunn. Tries for three. He can't get that one. And the Spurs going the other way now. Ginobili the pass to Dedmon. Ginobili against Bryant. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there. He's had 5 chances at the line, gone 4 for 5.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
And Kobe drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Mills dishes to Dedmon. Ginobili kicks to Mills. From 12 feet out. That's short off the rim.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still over from the field.
Kobe, no one.
His shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Lakers trail by 9. The pass to Brogdon. Ryan against Lee. Shot clock at 6. That one good for 2. 17 points for Kobe Bryant.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
Mills with it. Lets it go from 14.
Come on.
And Lee with the basket on the assist by Mills.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Now here's Bryant. He's got 17. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter. And it's Ingram missing. Spurs leading by 9. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Pass to Dedmon. There's the dish to Mills. Lee outside. Fires the 3. They get it again. No good with the layup.
He needs to be more patient on offense and not force shots like that. He was right up in his face there.
And here's Kobe for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Kobe's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Really, just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Maybe a great run of games coming here. Let's see if he can keep building on this performance.
Simmons passes to Mills. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Spurs lead by 9.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Ingram with it, working on Lee. And here is Ingram. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And a nice shot by Bryant.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
It's one of those things, the team hits from downtown, the other side immediately wants to get back those points.
Kobe against Ginobili. Back to Mills. 3-pointer. The bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Los Angeles calls timeout. Outside Bryant. 3 seconds left. Gasol with the steal. And we've reached the end of the third. Spurs lead by 6. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg.
Stay aggressive. You need about 8 or 9 of those. Just let them fly.
Feeling maybe some of those guys are being too careful on shot selection, I think, guys. How do you interpret Greg Popovich maybe trying to loosen them up just a bit?
I mean, the intelligence and the experience he brings to the game, he sees things just so clearly. Sometimes it's really just a simple adjustment.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. They've got Anthony Davis, CJ McCollum out there with Kobe. Then it's Paul George, and it's Noel in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Back to George. 6 to shoot. And he makes that one. George has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. Parker outside. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Parker kicks to Gasol. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker outside. Stolen by McCollum. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kobe with the ball. San Antonio with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Got a piece of it. Nobody near George. But they'll get another chance. Davis and finish off with Davis.
This guy is a beast on the board.
When he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
Lets it go from 11, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 14 points for Leonard.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Here's George. Down low. The kick out to Brett. McCollum dishes to George. George dishing again. San Antonio leading by 4. Gasol kicks to Parker. Passes to Aldridge. Back to Parker. The shot's good. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
Noel, a screen on Parker. On the wing, George. Davis sets a screen. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. The shot by George, no good.
The defense arrived just in the nick of time to throw him off there. So fortunate he missed out.
And it goes out of bounds. The last touch by Noel. Some changes for the Lakers. Rodman, he's checked in for Kobe. And it's done in for CJ McCollum. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Leonard, the pass to Parker. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smooch tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
Dunn gets to George. Here's Davis. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Parker outside. In the corner, it's Aldridge. Off target from 3-point range.
Guys, I cannot believe he missed that one. And I bet he can't either.
Gasol with the steal. Leonard with no one around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. on that foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And George drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Another miss by Leonard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Outside Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
So you have an all-star type player in Anthony Davis. He's going to handle that scoring load and always puts you in great position.
San Antonio with the ball. Here's Parker. Feeds to Leonard. Aldridge is spread. It's off the screen. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
He loves the pressure, feeds off it really, as we just saw there.
Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
Going high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam. And there's the feed to Gasol. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Davis sets a screen. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
The way he takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, come
To the line
on!
here, that'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, time and score, you just can't have a costly error right now at this point in the game, guys.
And so it's San Antonio with it, trailing by 2, and the wide open shot from Green. San Antonio again missing. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-6 run. Dunn kicks to Davis. Pulls it up. And stolen by Aldridge. The drive by Green and stolen by Dunn. Here's Brogdon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And for Chris Dunn, you know, everyone told him to enter the draft after 3 years at Providence. His father, his coach, he could have been a first-round pick back in 15. Instead, he decided to stay 1 more season, earn his diploma. And I'd have to say it's worked out pretty well for him.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And Dunn, undergoing 2 shoulder surgeries in college, took a medical red shirt for his sophomore season.
Yeah, and that was on his right shoulder, his shooting shoulder. You wonder if he can get even better shooting the ball with time.
Ingram, he's checked in for George. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mills, he's checked in for Parker.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
There might also be an opportunity here that he can exploit a mismatch. We'll see.
McCollum's checked in for the Lakers. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Poked away and stolen by Dunn. Here's Davis, and Davis closes out.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Deflects the pass. Spurs trail by 5. Leonard dishes to Mills. There's a screen. Just 5 on the clock. They need this. San Antonio again missing. Los Angeles leading by 5. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Now Dunn.
so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Leonard against Noel.
No. Come on, bro.
Outside Leonard, 5 to shoot. Here's Gasol. It's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And Gasol is someone you turn to in these situations. You need a big basket, he's ready to go.
Davis sets a screen. Dunn passes to Ingram. To the middle. Here's Davis. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. Wishing two. They get Paul Gasol. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And some changes here for the Lakers. Paul George comes in for Ingram. And it's Bryant in for Dunn. And both free throws good for Davis. Spurs trail by 5. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Green. 18 points for Leonard.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
McCollum kicks to Noel.
Timeout.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit. Hard timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Here is Bryant. Now off the inbound. And he drops it in from the low post. Kobe's got 14 points now in the second half. Spurs trail by 5. And Mills gets to Leonard. A 15-footer. And it's Noel with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 17-6 run. McCollum dishes to George. McCollum with the ball. Davis sets a screen. McCollum passes to Davis. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Kobe from the arc. The shot misses. Great tee that time from Green. And here's Mills from the arc.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ballgame, but in the end of a shot like that, you definitely cost you any kind of momentum. You have to use better judgment there.
Green against Kobe. He dishes it to Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Outstanding job by AD to get close to the basket, get the ball in great position, and force the defense to resort to fouling.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
A solid trip to the line there to help extend the lead.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Davis inside. Aldridge on him. From downtown. McCollum, no good.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Yep, if you could write, you'd put this one in the book.
Here's Gasol. And too long on the shot. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 19-6 run. Now here's Kobe. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves. Over time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Hey, Anthony, congrats on the win. Normally, your demeanor is kind of chill, but this has got to be a big win for the team and something to get excited about.
Well, that was a big win for us. That was a big win. Especially down early in the first half. We came out a lot of wins in the second half and fought back and got the win.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis. He was not to be denied in the fourth quarter, and his teammates could sense they kept feeding him the ball. He kept delivering points.
He was outrageous. He shot a red shooting percentage from the field, hitting from everywhere. It didn't matter where he was or who was guarding him. The defense tried to make adjustments, so what? Still knocked down shots.
Well, now we know he can do this when he's at his best. He was a scoring machine. I think the defense gave him and a little bit more. The only question is, why don't you do this every night?
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA.